Konnichiwa and welcome to episode 10 of the Leadership Japan podcast, and I am your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, and much more importantly, you are a student of leadership, highly motivated to be the best in your business field. Today, our subject is innovation. In fact, we're going to present the Dale Carnegie 9-step innovation process for you. Now, idea generation needs to be done quickly and well. In our busy lives, time out to think has become a scarce resource. The leader knows everything, just follow orders, is a construct for failure. Organizations need to draw on the full brain power and experience of the whole team, and the leader's job is to tap into that rich vein. We'll probably assume that technology firms have such innovation processes in place, but you'd be surprised to learn this is not the case. Many innovators seem to have individual R&D components set up, but no overall guiding process. So we need a process. Here we go. Here's a 9-step process that is fast, comprehensive, and simple to execute. Step 1, visualization. This requires some hard and clear thinking around the should be, the ideal future we want to achieve. It sounds simple, but there are many interacting parts in the corporate machine, and we need to visualize how we can get them all working together to achieve the ideal outcome. Time, cost, and quality aspirations are in constant tension. We must be careful what we wish for, because if we choose the wrong target, we'll probably hit it. Step 2, fact finding. We determine the as-is situation, namely our current state. We gather data to establish a starting point. This is a critical step to enable measurement, but also to promote the brainstorming process. It's very difficult to go from a vision to a quality idea in one bound. We need to gather information and use this as our base to launch forward into idea generation. Step 3, problem or opportunity finding. We now know where we are, as is, and where we want to be, should be. So why aren't we there already? What is holding us back? This step requires identifying and then prioritizing the problems or opportunities facing us. A great leading question is, in what way can we ... The prioritization step is critical in busy people's lives. Hey, you can't do everything, but you can do the most important thing. You just need to be clear about what that thing is. Step 4, idea finding. The aim, the reasons holding us back, and key information about the critical aspects of our business should serve as a foundation for brainstorming the critical ideas we need. However, there is a caveat we need to apply at this point. We must use green light thinking. This means we are aiming for volume of ideas and not judging the quality of those ideas at this point. We want a big basket of ideas from which to harvest the best. Even if someone in the group comes up with the most ridiculous, idiotic contribution you have ever had to suffer, which is an affront to your intelligence, just shut up. That crazy idea of theirs might provoke a truly creative and usable idea from someone else. So, don't kill off suggestions at this stage. Encourage people to write down their ideas before sharing with the group, and use a good facilitator to make sure all of those ideas are drawn out. Step 5, solution finding. Now, we use red light thinking. we become judicial. We make decisions about which among competing ideas is best, and we now focus on the quality of each idea. There are many ways to arrive at this process, be it consensus, voting, criteria method, that is to say absolutes versus desirables, or directing, someone just taking charge and making the decision. The method chosen will vary from issue to issue, and company culture will play a role. Step 6, acceptance finding. Ideas are free, but their execution is usually attached to a cost, and this is when we need to get the decision makers involved. An idea may require a pilot program, or simply jumping in with both feet. Regardless, don't bother doing any more work unless senior management is with you on this. Step 7, implementation. Now, we put the ideas into action as the execution stage to get from the as is to should be. This requires a planning process. It doesn't have to be complicated, but it needs to be written down, have names attached to tasks, and have very firm timelines. Step 8, follow-up. Monitoring that people are doing what they say they are doing is always insightful. Good intentions don't cut it. People must be held accountable for their role or the project begins to drift. Set up follow-up meetings at 30, 60 and 90-day intervals. Step 9, final step, evaluation. If we had a precise starting point and a clear goal, and we have executed the project well, then we are in a good position to make judgments about identifying and assessing the end results. It sounds simplistic when we think about this, but sometimes the fuzziness, the lack of clarity at the start comes back to haunt us at the end. Constantly ask, all the way through the project, do we continue as is, or do we need to modify for further success? That will have a big impact when you get to the final evaluation stage. These 9 steps provide a complete framework for innovation and will tap the full power of the team, leaving your competitors wondering, hey, what happened? Good luck besting the competition through your power of innovation. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan podcast. If you would like to access more great insights and information, then go to japan.dalecarnegie.com.